Theatre of Dreams, once an iconic British stadium, a symbol of passion, glory and success. But today, that dream feels like a nightmare. Old Trafford, a stadium that once stood as the fortress of football, is now falling apart, and the cracks aren't just metaphorical. The roof leaks, the walls are crumbling, and even mice have been spotted scurrying around the hallowed halls. Beyond the crumbling infrastructure lies a club in chaos. Manchester United, a powerhouse of world football, making the headlines for all the wrong reasons. Sacking loyal members of staff, charging fans a ridiculous £66 a ticket, leaving United fans questioning what happened to the soul of this football club. Welcome to the story of England's most toxic football club. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are on the road for another football adventure, and as you kind of gathered from the intro there, we're going to be looking at Manchester United today, who in my opinion are currently one of the most toxic clubs in England, with all the stuff that's going on behind the scenes. Obviously Sir Jim coming in, all the staff related stuff, obviously poor performances on the pitch as well. But I didn't want to come alone. Of course, I've got a little bit of bias, so I thought I'd bring my friend Sean, who's been on the channel before and is a Manchester United fan. So here he is. Sean.
Here's my bias.
I want to ask your opinion, mate, because obviously you've been a lifelong United fan. The toxic situation surrounding United at the moment. Number one, how bad is it? And number two, how do United fix that?
I think the toxicity is a valid word.
Yeah.
Do I think it's as prominent as what it was 2 games ago when we lost at home to Newcastle? No. But I still think it's there, especially with some of the fan base, especially with some of the social media accounts that go out and speak about United, that release things, false stories, the reports around players releasing team sheets as well.
Yeah.
The things like you mentioned as well, the Sir Jim Ratcliffe coming in and bringing that 60 quid minimum rule in, not just for an adult, for anyone. I think that's a joke, personally.
Agreed.
With Manchester United being one of the biggest clubs, probably the biggest club in England and one of the biggest clubs in the world, they are always under the media spotlight all the time, and I feel like that is emphasised massively to value the word toxic that can be pronounced with where Manchester United are, especially with being in the bottom half of the league at the moment. I had a look yesterday after the Tottenham result. We can go above Tottenham, we're still in 12th.
Yeah.
So it's not where United belong. We're at Old Trafford. Am I up for the game? Of course I am. I love coming to a game, love being in the Stretford End. It's where my heart is, it's where my home is. I will be singing my heart out tonight to make sure. I mean, it is against Southampton, but ask me if I care. I don't care. I will be singing my heart out to get them 3 points for Amarin's boys and just to smash it. Just keep this run going. Keep this good vibe that we've got around the club now after these 2 good away performances.
Right, let's go and see it. Why you feel things are quite toxic at Manchester United at the moment?
I mean, I think it goes back ever since Alex Ferguson went, basically. I mean, I think the only fix for United at the end of the day is genuinely, as hard of a pill as to swallow, I think you have to get rid of every single player from that era, the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer area, the Van Gaal area. I mean, even like the start of Ten Hag era. I think you have to completely start the club again. I think the dressing room is rotten to the core. Even players like Bruno and like Rashford. Even though Bruno is a world-class player, I think you have to just start from scratch. Otherwise, that rotten atmosphere is just going to stay there. Because when Rangnick said we had to do a complete restart, the whole team basically is a new team, other than except for Rashford, Dalot, and that's basically the only player, and Maguire and Shaw, I suppose. And that still hasn't fixed anything. So either every player is bad, or there is something more intense than that. I think it has to be the latter. So I think you have to start completely from scratch the club.
Part side that it is toxic, but I can see what the new owners are trying to do, or Ineos are trying to do. They're trying to streamline the club. It's been festering for a long time, 10 years plus, and that's the culture's sort of gone downhill a little bit, and it's a lot of things into that. It's hard to pinpoint one thing because there's a lot of things that we don't see, don't know about, so it's hard to comment without knowing the true facts. But it's things like wasting a lot of money, spending silly money on players' wages, really inflated wages, and that becomes a problem where I think the culture suffers a lot from that.
I mean, the fans are also just completely. You have 19-year-olds coming through Carrington who start 3-4 games, and all of a sudden the pressure on them is immense.
Yeah.
So it's like there's no room for survival really at United at the moment. Just like people like Mainu, people like Diallo even, they come in and expected to score every game. You know, so it's just a rotten atmosphere from in and out, from top to bottom really. And even Ratcliffe as well is rotten. I mean, he's cut down for Christmas, for instance, he cut down like bonuses for stewards and stuff. It's just. I think the whole club just honestly needs to be like nuked from the bottom and just start over again, like, to say the least. I don't even know where you begin with United, honestly.
Ticket prices, I'm not too bothered about paying it myself. I'm a match-going fan for about 10-15 years, but it's when it comes to bringing the family, kids, concessions, granddads, mums and dads, when I don't think that's quite right. But when I'm coming with my family, my people my own age, I don't mind, but I think it's wrong where the concessions is taken away. I think that's wrong.
Yeah, because they're the next generation of fans, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. I want my 3-year-old to come and want to come as well, and it's going to be expensive to bring him here. It's not quite ready yet, but when he does come, I want to have a full day of it, and if you bring 2 kids, it's going to be a very expensive trip. So at the minute, I can't do that, so that's not great. Hopefully when he's old enough to come, things have eased off a little bit and things have changed slightly in that way. But again, like I said, the big picture, I can see what Ineos are trying to do. It's a bit of a mixed bag.
So I find it interesting that we've just spoke to a load of United fans, and every single one there couldn't really give us a clear answer on what they actually think the problem is, but they all said kind of the same thing around culture, some of the problems as well, the one guy talking about tickets as well. So I do feel it is probably something that the ownership needs to sort, a little bit of a reset as well for Manchester United to get back to where they were a few years ago. I'd also like to point out, I've never seen so many people flogging shit at a football match before. There's people flogging scarves, there's people flogging horns. There's a guy here selling the trophy picks for like a £5 a pop. Honestly, people are just milking it over here. Alright, so Sean, I've got a question for you, mate. Do you think maybe all the international fans that Manchester United have got and everybody that we're seeing here maybe impacts that culture a little bit and you lose some of, I would say, the proper fans rather than the tourists that come?
I agree. They're willing to pay that £66 just to get a game in here tonight, whereas like the other bloke said, Lee, he's unable to take his 3-year-old kid.
Yeah.
That kid's going to possibly miss out on memories. Now obviously he's 3 years old, he's going to be carrying him everywhere, but even still, things like that, like in my video I'm going to talk about my first game and my memory of it and just seeing Old Trafford, and it still gives me the same goosebumps. That's what you get as a kid, and that's how you get that attachment to football. And at the end of the day, when you're pricing it out to international fans, you're going to lose that draw at the end of the day.
Well, you're probably going to lose the next generation of fans though by pricing everybody out who is under 18.
To a point.
Because they will go, well, I can't go to the United game because it's £66.
It's too expensive.
Instead, I'll go down the road, or I'll go and support, City, who offer really good deals for
unless
young
your dad's
fans.
a billionaire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And on the other hand as well, City, look at them, they're winning stuff.
Exactly.
United
exactly.
13th at the moment, and they're charging £66 for a ticket, Jim. Come on! Come on! Yeah, I said.
Alright, I've succumbed to the pressure of everybody flogging shit outside, and I bought myself a Bruno Fernandes scarf. If you don't know, I do have a second channel where, I'm pretty good at FPL and I give, quality advice out to people. So if you want to go and check that out, go and do so. I've got Bruno Fernandes in my team tonight, so let's hope for a goal from him. Obviously the purpose of today's video is to find out why things are so toxic at Manchester United at the moment. Obviously we interviewed some fans outside to get their perspective of it, but now I want to see what it's like actually at the game. Does that toxicity from obviously the ownership and the situation surrounding the kind of the outside of the club affect the on-field performances and the crowd's overall kind of attitude toward the players? I would also like to just point out this is my first ever Manchester United game, and honestly that That is actually incredible, and it would be a dramatic shame if they were to knock this place down and obviously build a new stadium. I know there's obviously the problems with the roofs, the rats and everything like that, but honestly, knocking this place down would be criminal for English football. Sean has just broke some news to me. We're paying £70 for this ticket, and you know what? It's not a bad seat, it's a good stadium, but at the end of the day, it's bottom of the league Southampton. Probably shouldn't be 70 quid, to be honest.
And it's a Thursday.
It is a Thursday as well. Obviously, we went out to Sweden and the football there wasn't great, but the fans were electric. And the reason I think that was, and why they kind of built a connection with their club, was because the tickets were affordable for the fans. It was like 20 quid to go and watch the best teams with the best atmosphere. That's what it should be in English football. That's not even just a Manchester United problem. That's a problem in kind of the Premier League and obviously the Championship as well in England. And that's why more fans are turning to non-league football as well. I think if, you know, United were to make tickets cheaper for those younger fans, they need to do it because they're obviously going to miss out on a generation otherwise. But 70 quid for this ticket is a joke. I also don't think I've ever been to a football game where I've seen this many people having photos. Maybe they're tourists, maybe they're big time just getting a little photo, but yeah, something that doesn't feel quite right with me. We're only 5 minutes in, but the atmosphere has been electric, and I do feel that is the big selling point that United need to keep hold of, the Stretford End, and it's amazing atmosphere. And I think if they do increase ticket prices even further, they're going to price fans out, that next generation that I spoke about, and it is their biggest asset.
Great ball! What? Oh, great ball!
Thought United were going to get a penalty. Honestly, the FPL points would have been in then.
Manchester United! We're the playing in town, getting set up for football ground. Take a listen, you will see. Football talk like that must be.
Oh, save! Oh! Oh, double save from Onana! You can hear the fans getting frustrated though with this poor performance. He's in.
It's great play.
Oh! This is against bottom club Southampton, by the way.
God, we are so short. That is unacceptable. It's not what I deserved.
Yeah, can't lie, it's been coming for large parts of the first half. United have been the second best team against the worst team in the Premier League. I think that kind of sums up perfectly what this video is about.
United! Fucking disgraceful! Let it down, six. Incredible performance, that.
Now, I've watched some crap first half this season, but that has to be up there. And I think the booing at half-time kind of pretty much sums up where United are as a club, to be honest, at the moment. 1-0 down to bottom of the league, who'd only won one game before this. Honestly, I mean, this is why we made the video about, you know, them being so toxic at the moment. Obviously, on-field performances, you can hear the boos yet again. The on-field performances are bad. Of course, the behind-the-scenes stuff as well. It is leading to this toxic culture at Manchester United right now. Here we go for the second half. Can't be any worse than the first.
It can.
Shocking! Absolutely abysmal!
I genuinely didn't think the football could get any worse after that first half, but here we are. Go on. Go on.
Oh, look, good idea! Come on! Come on, United!
absolutely no idea how he's managed to miss that one. Well, we've just got a break in play. This is the live table right now. Honestly, this is a position where Manchester United should not be. Final 10 minutes here and you can just hear the frustration. It's honestly going to boil over if this finishes 1-0. People have had enough. 10 minutes left, they're leaving. There's another one.
A few moments later.
Honestly, the noise level when that goal went in, the stadium was shaking. You could honestly feel how much tension has just been relieved from that one goal. But still, the performance hasn't been good enough for United. Pretty much going bang on 90. What a finish from Ahmed!
We've seen it all. We've won the lot. We're Man United and we never gonna stop. We've seen it all. We've won the lot. We're Man United and we never gonna stop.
Well, we came here to visit, in my opinion, one of the most toxic clubs off the pitch at the moment, Manchester United, and it seemed for large parts of that game it was going to be very toxic in here, especially if the Red Devils did lose 1-0 to the Saints, but they managed to pull it off, win 3-1, and you know what, I hope Sir Jim watches this video and sees how important the Manchester United fans are to the fan base and to, of course, all the kind of, what would we call them? Consumers or tourists that he wants to attract to the club, but obviously bring in more money as well, because without this or without the fans, football is nothing. So please, Jim, this is my message to you: cheapen the tickets, get the atmosphere in here booming, and get the performances right for Manchester United, and you will have a very, very good club on your hands. Let me know in the comment section below where you want to see me go next, and good luck. What am I saying good luck for? But that's usually the FPL ending. But subscribe, like, all that good stuff. That is the FPL ending. But yeah, good luck for game week 22, whatever. I'll end it like that. See you in a bit.